एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में, मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी, और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं है, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you with a new business opportunity every day at 12 o'clock. With the same aim today also, we are going to represent a new business opportunity for all of you. But before I'll introduce you with the business opportunity and the brand, let me just run you through with the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type your question into the Q&A box. We will take up all your questions post our presentation. So while we'll run you through with the presentation and the brand brief, I request you to keep sharing your questions, your query and suggestions with the interest of your city into the Q&A box instead of raising your hand, so that we can understand your questions and we'll take up all your questions post our presentation and provide you all the answers. So today on this panel, we do have our brand, Hair Masters, along with Ms. Reshma Dhumashia. She is handling the entire West and Mumbai market and the expansion of franchisee for Hair Masters. We do have Mr. Peetam Das handling the East region in terms of expansion. We have Yogita. She's handling the South in Hyderabad and Bangalore expansion. We do have Mr. Umesh Madan. He is directly from Hair Masters. Hair Masters is a brand, it's a luxury salon brand. They are present in 60 plus locations with international presence, with 9 years of successful operations experience into the market. They are doing good celebrity client base in the market at present, and they are famous in terms of their presence. As I've mentioned that we do have Mr. Umesh Madan on this panel today from the brand side to tell you more about the franchisee opportunities they are providing in India and their expansion. Along with Mr. Samarthans, he is helping you out into the commercials and understanding of the pricing. So I would like to request Mr. Umesh to take over from here and brief our investors and participants about the brand expansion you are doing into Indian market. Over to you, Umesh ji.
Thanks, Neha. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Umesh Pradhan and I look after the pan-India expansion of franchisee business of Hair Masters. I would like to introduce the Hair Master brand, which actually is a pan-India luxury salon brand, and it started way back in 2014. And it was just started with, by Danish Patra in 1000 square feet area with just merely 11 stylists along with him. And today, Hair Master is a premium luxury brand across India, representing, people from the Indian cricket fraternity also and the Bollywood also. And we have some of the, premium makeup artists working along with us on this brand. In terms of the brand journey, it was started in 2014, as I mentioned, and today we have close to 65 plus luxury salons across India. Majorly, we have presence in North India, and we are looking forward, along with Franchise India, to expand it in East, West, and South region of India, for which we are talking to you people to expand the brand in other parts of countries also. And yeah, let me introduce you to my founder. He is basically Danish Patra, who started his journey way back in 2014 at the age of 31. And it was, as I mentioned, it was from a 1,000 square feet area from a basement in Punjabi Bagh. Now in Punjabi Bagh, we have a flagship store almost of 25,000 square feet covering 5 floors, which is our flagship salon. You people are invited and you can join us our journey and see the kind of ambience and the feel of luxury we give it to end customer for hair care, skin care, and other services also. In terms of presence, we are located in almost 7 plus states currently in Delhi, UP, Haryana, Punjab, Jammu, Rajasthan, and Uttarakhand. And these are some of the visuals we have for our flagship store in Punjabi Bagh, which is at New Delhi. Now, these are some of the key services I have mentioned just for your reference, and which is called hair rituals, facial aesthetics, body rituals, nail bar, and the professional makeup, as I mentioned. In the facial aesthetics, we have now got into another service also, which is for Botox fillers and injectables also. Okay, now these are some of the example where we have the collaborations with world's leading brands like L'Oreal and Carasta. And once you join hands with us, then there would be a complete brand support from these brands also.
Thank you, Amish ji. That was really helpful, and friends, it's very important to understand that it's a fast growing and it's a very big industry that we have in India. It's almost about 25 to 26 billion market that we're looking at, and it's seeing a very healthy CAGR growth over the years as well. And what we expect over the next coming 5 years is also a strong double-digit growth, of almost 10% that we can see through this industry. What is influencing is very important that people are getting more aware about their well-being. They're very conscious about the styles and other requirements in wellness. So they are able to spend more. They are often willing to spend more. Often, on an average, as we can see, it's about 4,000 that they spend on maybe the beauty services or the products that they try to utilize. And what is also driving this growth is the higher disposable income that we can see. So a higher standard of globalization, the influence that we see both from the social media and the connect that they're able to reach, be it the celebrities or other personalities which are there, is also driving the millennial population, which is the majority customer that we see. So 500 to 600 million population in India itself falls under this category, be it the corporates, be it youngsters, or also other male, female, both the audience are availing these services. So it's a very big market that we see, with the personal care itself being a very significant portion of this market. What is very important, and this is something that Hair Masters also brings in, is the experience that they look for. So it's not only about the quality of the service, they are also very conscious and knowledgeable nowadays, the customers, on the products which are utilized. So this international strategic tie-ups that Hairmaster has with leading brands, leading this all the leading celebrities which are there, influencers, which can bring and attract those customers to your hair master salon as well. Plus also the leading artists who are there and bringing that kind of experience, be it from a domestic experience or international experience. This is something as a training program is offered to each and every partner as well. Another important aspect that we see in salon industry nowadays is the implementation of technology and digital marketing. So that is also very important in salon businesses, where often where we say our unorganized brands are not able to develop or increase or get that kind of brand growth, is because they are not moving with the latest technology, latest trends, or also having the different technology, AI enablement, QR enablement, which helps bring that kind of luxury experience. This is very important when somebody comes to a salon. They want a luxury experience that is supposed to be there, not only with the level of service that they expect and the product, but the overall holistic experience that they get, be it the ambience in the salon, be it the technology which is used, and the ease of selecting the packages. Because be it what we are also trying to introduce is linking our website, linking our order mechanisms on the site which is there on the outlet or the salon that you visit, plus also the mobile application that we're also trying to implement. So everything becomes a holistic network for each and every partner, where we are able to attract more and more customers, and makes it much easier for them to also book their appointments, book the services that they are seeking, and get more knowledge on those services. So this level of interaction and connect that we are able to establish with all our customers is the main reason that we are able to see the level of growth that we have experienced in the past years, and what we also expect out of our network in the future as well. So when we talk about this network as well, it's a fast growing brand. What we've been able to establish is 65 plus locations that we already have. And this reach is not only restricted to the domestic audience which is there, but also internationally, where we're also looking at expanding into Canada and other areas where already we have a certain presence which is there, and there is a growth that we see as a potential in these markets as well. So it's a global footprint which we are able to offer, not only with our presence, but also with the artists and other celebrities and other influencing factors that we are able to bring on board to each and every partner. So this kind of network and this kind of connect as a support is available to each and every partner, which also sets us apart, because very important to have the right skill set, very important to have the trainings which is there. So this almost decade of experience that we are able to bring through our own industry, plus the past experience and the team and the artists, which senior artists which are able to come and provide you that kind of quality training, is very beneficial. It's very also important to have the right staff available over there and to have the right skill set. So we have those kind of strategic partnership where all the salon, the franchise partners, or be it their artists and people who are working with the staff which are working, they get that kind of quality training which is there. They get the academy set up. We'll have a training program in our own center, home center, or the nearest center, which is available. And people can also upskill through maybe the academy or the strategic tie-ups that we're able to establish with leading brands across domestic India or internationally as well. So it gives you an option to also retain that kind of quality staff, because quality staff is very important for everybody. And what we say is we are more inclined into having a model which is more suitable for everybody who's looking into these kind of business and get that kind of marketing support which is there. So all those collaborations and everything end-to-end support would be available to everybody. So who could be a partner? As we look at establishing these kind of networks and these kind of connections which are there, plus also offering you the technology end-to-end support, what we still want is young entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs who have passion about the salon industry or the wellness industry, and they want to get into this field. Get that possibility with our differentiated models which are available. So if they want to have a very big setup giving that kind of luxury experience, we do have that option also available when we see our financial modeling as well. Or if people are starting off and they are passionate and they want to go in their respective market as well, it's also available for differentiated tiers of the market as well. So we have presence in key metro cities as well. We have presence in tier 1, 2 cities as well. So that gives you flexibility as an investor. If you are looking for this kind of luxury setup, we'll have differentiated models. Okay, if the bigger model is not there, the smaller models is also available, so that more and more people who share this kind of passion and they want to develop and grow along with the brand, the services available. Also, if people are looking at strategic tie-ups, so you may have multiple locations in mind and you would want to have salons in multiple locations available in your city as a growth driver. So that kind of strategic partnership also is something that we can look into. Definitely, if maybe you have commercial properties, you're into real estate, or you have your own personal properties as well. So people who share this experience or they share this passion are more than welcome. And at a multiple level, if you are looking looking at maybe tying up as a cluster approach, or you want city development rights, those kind of discussions could also be there. So we'll share those details in the chat group, and we can always connect with you later on as well. So what happens in the approach that we're saying? So the approach that we say in the franchise model over here is a franchise owned, franchise operated. So when we say franchise owned, franchise operated, the whole setup, which is there, the feasibility of that location, whether that location is right or not, what kind of decoration, the fit out, everything which is there, be it the technology, is supported by the brand to you. The guidelines would be there, how to run it, how to operate the operational manual, plus also the training, which is critical. So there are different aspects to the training also that we'll look at. So one is prior training, which is before you start your operations. It's very important to understand not only how we execute the services, but also how to run the operations. So both these kind of training would be provided so that we have thorough experience before we start the operations. And also when we start the operation, there would be initial handholding to all our partners so that when you're running the operation yourself and you're executing the services, and what are different challenges are there usually in the business is covered through the training and the support that the brand provides to you. And there would also be an initial handholding where we help you with the initial operation so that you get comfortable in operating and running your business. And also it does not stop there. So it continues along with periodic refresher trainings, because there are latest trends that come into the market, and it's always important for the staff to undergo the refresher training, be up to date, so that we are able to offer this luxury services to everybody. So this continuous support would be provided to each and every partner which are there. So as I said, markets are not restricted to only the metro areas or the prime areas. We do have models and suitability available through our tier 1 and 2 cities as well, be it in the north, south, east, west market, which is there, and we already are having good presence in north as well. So this gives you flexibility as investors to target differentiated markets, create that kind of brand presence, and have your own business also operating in these locations. So there are two key models which are there. It's about 1,000 square feet model and a 3,000 square feet model. A typical term of the agreement would be 5 years, which are there. And this could always be renewed once we reach that phase. It's a long-term commitment that we are seeking with our partners so that we share the same passion and grow throughout the years of business that we'll have. The services which are there. So as Mr. Umesh had mentioned, so we have leading brands which are available and have strategic tie-ups with us. So that kind of products is something that are available through the brand, and we'll be supplying it to all the partners so that you can execute that level of service, quality service to everybody. All the differentiated services that we saw, be it the nails, be it the hair, and other services which are available that generate those revenue, is something that you get as a revenue stream. And also you get the products which are there. So the over-the-counter products, having those kind of strategic tie-ups helps us as earn a differentiated revenue or a additional revenue that we can see with these luxury products, because people who avail these services are also looking at the maintenance and others. So these value-add products also drives a significant portion of your revenue as well. So that is something as an advantage that you also get while tying up with the brand. Day-to-day functioning, roles and responsibility, as I mentioned, you would have to run the business, operate the business, execute the services, conduct the sales activity, promotional activities which are there. The brand would support you with all the IT software support, which is there, how we need to operate. The assortment of the products would be available so that all the services could be executed timely, and there are no delays in that as well. And there is a whole holistic central server which is created for all our partners. So any kind of queries which are there, any kind of records which have to be maintained would be done centrally as a support. The brand would also help you with different kind of events and strategic tie-ups and national level marketing. Which is there, be it the celebrity endorsements, going to the events, or also different kind of public influencers, which is the trend nowadays. And what we'll encourage you to do is, because of your knowledge about the local market as well, is to conduct those kind of business development activities or promotional activities in your local markets with the support of the brand, of course, where the brand would help you and guide you as to how we conduct these activities so that we get additional customers base and help you grow as a business itself. There is a mandatory training of at least 2 weeks that we see for all our franchisee before they start their operations. And all the accounting, billing, and software is provided by the brand. So the design, the feasibility would also be there. As a support mechanism, continuing with this. So it's very important that we say it's not only the training, which is a crucial part, but also the initial level. So from the setup, it becomes really important to understand whether the location that we are looking into is the right location, which is there. So brand having that kind of experience over the years, they know what location works, what we need to consider as a factors to improve the business as well. So that kind of site finalization and also the guidance as to what kind of layout should be there, what the setup looks like, end to end the design and the standards that we need to maintain so that we get that kind of ambience as well. And also helps us have a smooth operations throughout the journey is something that the brand helps you as a support, which is there. Complete handholding would also be there for you, be it the brand product knowledge, what the products is, what the services are, what we need to offer to the individuals when they seek certain kind of services. And also, it's very important in the salon industry, as we know, there are complementary service or additional services which are offered. So all your hairstylists and other stylists would also have their own network and the development that we are able to establish, and also leads to value add service. So how we promote our services, how we execute our services, all this knowledge is very important before we start our operations. So that kind of guidance and training would also be provided. So this is an international standard of training which is available that helps each and every partner execute that kind of luxury service we are able to offer. How to train them, where the hiring professional, what we need to consider while hiring these professionals or the hairdressers, which is there, what they need to do in the specific market and how they function in the specific market. Because what we are is a data-driven organization. So as a data-driven brand, what we need to consider is what works in that particular city. So we will provide you that kind of knowledge and mindset that we understand that, okay, this is what the customers demand in a specific market. And this will also help you have a further improvement in your overall efficiencies. And this efficiency, which are improved, would lead to your growth. So it's an end-to-end support, as we say. So different aspects are considered for all our partners, which is very important. The marketing is always there to help you have that kind of periodic refreshers and the marketing promotions which are available to each and every partner as well. So as I said, there are two differentiated models when we say a franchise owned, franchise operated model. So first model is our studio model, which is about 1,000 square feet of space that we're looking into. The investment over here is about 60 lakh rupees that people can start. So we have to realize that it's a luxury service, be it with our tie-ups and the way we've designed and executed our setup. We are able to provide that kind of premium experience in this bracket. So when we talk about a 60 lakh investment, this includes all your expenses and all your fit outs which are there. So be it your whole setup, the design, the training, the software, the IT support which is there, initial inventory or the equipments that you require, and the furniture, layout, branding which is needed. So each and every element is included. Plus also the franchise fee, which is about 10 lakh rupees, is also included in the setup. So 60 lakh is your comprehensive setup. Based on the design as well, we can have certain flexibility, but we see a 10 lakh rupees setup over here. Royalty over here is on the services. We see about 7%, which gives you over the years through our 65 plus network partners, which we are able to, or the location that we are able to establish, gives you a return of about 3.5 to 4x of your investment. So what we are looking at, average ROI is about 70%, which is available on the conservative number and the scale, which we see that partners are able to establish through the support and through the execution. And what we expect is a much better return for you as well. So on an investment of 60 lakhs, what we see is about 3.5 to 4 times of your investment, which is about maybe 2.5 CR is something that over the 5-year term that we can look at as a payback period that we see on your investment of 60. Typically, it's about 22 to 24 months. What we do consider is with a good location and the right location, people would be able to establish it much faster as well with the execution. And the typical contract period is 5 years. If you want to look in your market and you want to establish that kind of luxury setup, especially in the metro cities where the client are seeking that kind of services and other services also, we can also look at the bigger concept, which is the flagship model as well that we look into for our franchise partner, is the salon comprehensive model, which is about 3,000 square feet of space that we are looking into. The investment over here is approximately 1.2 CR, which is there. So franchise fee for metro cities is about 20 lakh rupees that we are looking into for this bigger setup. Which is there. So it's a brand that we've been able to develop over the years, be it of own company-owned stores, salons, or your franchise network that we are able to establish. And we see over the decade that multiple partners have been successful with us, and the locations that we've been able to establish and increase over the years as well. The return over here is also around 3 to 4x of your return that we can expect on the investment, be it on the prior experience that we see and with the franchise partner or the company run salons as well. So reasonable expectation that we see is about 3 to 4x of your return, which is a very good return that we see on the investment that we are seeing. And the probability of the payback period, again, over here is within the 2-year bracket. What we expect is about 20 to 24 months is something on a reasonable level that each and every partner can get. So when we say that, just to reiterate again, when we say the total investment is something which includes your setup, your franchise fee, the inventory, the equipment, all the costs, the design costs, the license costs, whatever you'll require for a complete setup is something that includes in this cost. And the brand will support you in different journey and give you guidance on the different steps of the process, plus also when you start executing. So as a brand, when we see the holistic approach, as Mr. Umesh mentioned earlier, so it's a journey which have been there for the whole past decade with the experience, international experience of the salon and the premium experience that we see in the European countries is something that Mr. Danish has been able to bring forward to India. Which is there, and what we envision for all our partners and for the customers is to get that kind of customers premium experience, luxury experience that we're able to offer to everybody. And it's everything is backed by data, and guidance is also backed by data, plus the experience that we bring in from our international stylists or the domestic leading stylists which are there. And what also gives you a benefit as a partner is the tie-up that we had at a corporate level as well, what Mr. Umesh mentioned. So be it with the cricketers or the celebrities that we're looking into. So the network is something that we're trying to build and grow much faster at a holistic macro level as well. So the benefits is something that all our partners would be able to enjoy as well, because that is the brand factor or the recall factor that we're also trying to create in the market. So I'll hand it over to our marketing team for Q&A round. And if you have any question, you can feel free to put your questions in the Q&A box.
Thank you, Samar. Thanks a lot.
Great. Mishi will take up questions now, and I see some of the questions are already started to come in. And friends, you can keep writing in. We'll be happy to even share the financial working that we have done on Hair Masters. And just to put a perspective on the industry and the brand at large, I would maybe add that the company comes with over a decade of experience in the industry. And the leading player, I would say, in the premium segment of salon, they have created a strong presence and a brand equity, especially in the North market, which is north of India. A very strong clusters we've created in Delhi NCR, up north, which includes Tri-City, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan. And apart from India, they're operating in international markets like UK and Canada also. So they're looking at penetration beyond North and looking at cities, and especially the metros, including Bombay, Pune, Kolkata, Bangalore. These are the prime locations which they're looking at entry. Overall, if you look at the industry, there are 4 broad categories for salon, which includes hair, beauty, skin, and makeup. And the micro competition, especially in the salon industry, is very, very high. So it's important that the brand needs to position itself in terms of what it stands for to create a loyalty and respect. And also, I would say, a repeat client base, which Hair Masters have been able to do in the last over a decade. Now, there are 3 categories when we talk about salon as an industry. One is no-frill salon. I see some questions. I hope that would address that, which is very much, these are value salons, right? They address the lower pyramid of the value chain. And then the second is your neighborhood salons, which pretty much would have your captive audience around. And third is the premium and the luxury segment. And comparatively, when you look at this segment, the competition is low. The entry barrier is also higher than your neighborhood and premium and no-frill salon category. So there are two revenue sources, as we saw. One is the service revenue source, and the other is the product. But larger revenue comes from the services which are executed from the salon. So basically, we'll take some questions, and we saw the two formats: 1,000 square feet, and the other is 3,000 square feet. If you can help us in understanding, is there a difference in terms of service mix in these two formats? And if you can also talk about the typical service mix in both these categories,
No,
formats.
so in terms of services, there are no difference at all, because whatever service we would offer in our salon, which is 3,000 square feet, the same service would be provided in 1,000 square feet, right? So in terms of, the spaces, there is no difference of service as such, but primarily these models are the 3,000 square feet, which we call as a salon category, is primarily for metro cities, right? Places like Mumbai, Delhi, and so on. But 1,000 square feet, we are looking for tier two cities, because not what we have realized over a period of time. Now, tier two cities have more potential in terms, spending power with the consumer, and the kind of luxury they are looking for. And in tier two cities, sometimes they lack those facilities and the kind of infrastructure. Also, you would not find any Zara or any C brands in tier two cities. So that's the reason we would like to expand more to tier two cities also. Recently, we have opened one salon in Bareilly, which was almost with an investment of 1.25 CR, and they are doing pretty well. Similarly, we opened in Moradabad also, right, which is again tier two cities, and that's a huge, very luxury salon which is being built up. Similarly, we have presence in Mussoorie, Dehradun. So we are looking for tier two cities as well for the 1,000 square feet expansion, and 3,000 is primarily for metro cities.
And what is your service mix, Meshi? If we have four categories broadly, we have hair, we have skin, which includes both face and body. We have nail, and we have makeup. So amongst these four categories, what is the average service mix, and also the revenue mix? Where is the higher margin coming from? Where is the higher revenue coming amongst all the four services that we give through us?
See, Ms. Soni, it all depends on the from location to location also. If we see trend towards more towards west side, where we talk about Mumbaikars, they spend more on the hairstyling and hairdos rather than makeup. Whereas in Punjab we see the trends, they are more tacky, and so there are more spending on the makeup services. So that's you know depends upon the location also, but primarily in here we will have the uh, across India, the hair is marginally uh, more revenue in terms of the other services also, because makeup again, the bridal makeup or pre-bridal is more of a seasonal thing, but whereas hair is across the year, and similarly skin also.
Can you also give a little understanding on the average throughput a salon can do? And I understand you've been operating these formats in markets across India and overseas market, and experience of running also in tier 2 and 3 cities, as you just mentioned. If you can share a bit about how the overall revenue guidance is to an investor or a franchise partner, and typical expenses for delivering the services. What is the cost of goods in our case? What is the typical rental that we take into consideration? And also talent, which is a very big aspect and very important when it comes to salon as an industry. So if you can share some insights on that, would really be helpful.
See, in terms of product, I would straight away said that it's a 20% of the total spend is spent on products, right? But in terms of, if you would see the revenue vis-a-vis spending, it's all depend upon the square feet size also. Let's say typically if we have a 3,000 square feet area, the rentals would be higher, the number of seats would be higher. So in that case, the payouts and other expenses also will be higher, and the return will also be higher. So it's all the variable factor also, plus the location also play a very key and premium role in terms of conversions and footfall also.
Any thumb rule that you want to share or explain? One should follow.
Thumb rules in terms of we have mentioned, Samarth, if you can just share the slide which we have given for the financial snapshots, I can share it with the.
Wow.
Okay, typically if you see there is an average ROI for 1,000 square feet is 70%, and for salon category it's 65%. And over and above the expenditure, the initial expense also we have mentioned, which is the fitting and interior cost is 60 lakhs for the studio, and approximately 1.2 CR for salon category.
And friends, just to maybe add on, we talked about the four broader services, which is hair, beauty, skin, and a lot of salons in India don't do makeup. While salons which do makeup, makeup also forms an important revenue source, but this is very seasonal in nature. So
Yes.
if I have to talk about services between hair and skin, the larger quantum of services, the larger quantum of revenue actually is there, where hair on an average contributes almost about 60% of your entire revenue comes from hair, and skin is almost about, I would say, 30 odd percent, and 10% is the rest of the services which a salon imparts through a center, which can be your nail services, which sometimes are outsourced, but in case of hair masters, I think these services are given from the center itself, and then is makeup. Right, like I said, makeup is seasonal in their case. Hair contributes about 50% of their annualized revenue. Skin should contribute almost about, I think, 25 to 30 odd percent. And makeup, especially in the season, should contribute another 20%, and the balance should be nail. But the larger quantum of service comes from these two services, which is hair and beauty, which is between skin and body services. And on an average, your the net margins in the business is between 15 to 20%. Your cost of occupancy ideally should not go beyond 20%. Your cost of staff should be around same percentage, which is 15 to 20. Then you have cost of products. In their case, it is about 20% plus a royalty of 7%. And then you have utility expenses, which is your electricity, water requirement, which is additional, I would say 5 to 8% goes there. And some kind of incentivization, which is also given to the staff. When you put all these expenses together, it comes to almost about 80 odd percent, and 20% is your net margins on the business overall. So with an investment that you see, the first 3 years you would break even, right? So almost it would take about 2.5 years to break even on the investment. So the first year should be around 35%, and so should be the second year. By the time you hit the third year, 2.5 years, which is the 6th month in the third year, you would break even. All right. I'll take some questions, Umeshi. I will take a question from Mr. Praveen Devan. He's asking, how many salons are we currently operating on a company-owned and a franchise model?
Okay, see, we have 50 owned salon, which is run and operated by hair masters, and we have close to 18 franchises in totality.
Okay, and which are the important cities, Umeshi? And I see a question also on the north, because north you already have a very strong cluster. Are there any markets in north where you still be considering to add
I
more?
would say the Punjab is a state where we have the complete presence. We are opening one in Amritsar also by next week. And in Punjab, we have in fact, one of the largest salon we have in Punjab, which is in Chandigarh. So in Punjab, almost in all the cities, we have a presence like Ludhiana, Mohali, Hoshiarpur, and other cities also. So besides Punjab, I mentioned Uttarakhand, UP, Delhi, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir also. But yes,
Outside north, we know the cities. So if you can mention which are the important cities outside north, and within north also, which locations would you want to?
see, we are open for north also. right? In case, excluding Punjab, we are open for North also. In case, I mean, there is an opening. So you are saying our presence other than North also?
No, I'm asking which are the cities you want to, your priority markets to enter?
Okay. See, as I shared earlier also, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Bangalore would be our first three preferences to start the operations. These are the key cities we are looking for.
Rishi. And friends, my request would be if you need more information, reach out to us. We have our teams who are working in all these territories. We have Reshma, who's heading the entire Maharashtra. We have Yokita, who's working for entire Karnataka market, headquartered in Bangalore. And also for North India, Delhi, you can reach out to the head office of Franchise India. And there's a working that has been done on the entire offering, a deck that we presented. We'll be happy to share that with you. Anybody looking for a meeting or I would say also a tour of the salon to get an experience can reach out to us. And we also have Peetham, who's part of our team in East India. So the entire base out of Kolkata would take care of entire expansion from that region. So feel free to get back to us. And any closing remarks, Umeshi, that you want to share with everybody who's listening to you?
See, there are a few more questions. One of them has asked, do we have any brand ambassador? And
You can take that question.
okay, right. Or what do you suggest else?
No, if you want to pick up any question, you can take up from the Q&A box.
Okay, Dinesh has asked any brand ambassador do we have? To answer Dinesh, we do not have any brand ambassador, and we don't believe in endorsing because see, I think Reshma also will add on to it. She has mentioned. See, in terms of brand, I would say these millions of customers who have used our services are our brand ambassador. Because see, we do get more of a referral business and repeat customers. Even see within daily itself, we have customer revisiting us for last 6, 7, 8 years who are primarily our brand ambassadors.
So true, yes. In salon industry, our mostly brand ambassadors are our customers who endorse our services after having a good experience and after giving a very good feedback. So that is something which is very important in salon industry.
Thank you,
You can-
Reshma.
All right, if you want to pick up any question, you can. I'll request you to share a message with everybody.
Right, I think we are through with the questions. So maybe you would like to add anything to it?
Mr. Bharat has a question that how many salons we have in Delhi NCR. So do we have any salons in Delhi NCR?
Yes, we do have. We have see quite a number in Delhi NCR. We in fact in Gurgaon itself we have close to three salons, luxury salons. They are in the prime location, Good Earth, M3M, and Galleria also. And then we have lot of salons within Delhi also, and then we have in Faridabad also. So we have a good presence in Delhi NCR.
Thank you so much, Umesh, for that. So everybody, if you want to have further discussions and you're interested and you want to get more details, the contact detail number has been shared in the chat box, plus also the email. So you can reach out to the team over here as well with your questions and the inquiries, and we'll be happy to address all the questions that you may have and then connect you with the team at Hair Masters as well to get the execution and get the franchise partnership ongoing. So thank you everyone for the opportunity today. I'll hand it over to Neha to take over the closing.
Thank you so much, Samar. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Meshi. Thank you all the panelists for joining us today on this panel for this webinar and sharing so much inputs and details of the brand. Guys, we tried to cover maximum questions on this webinar today from Q&A box. But again, our team is going to get in touch with you within a day or two to take it forward for the discussions and answer all your queries. In case, meanwhile, if you want to get in touch with us, you can reach out to us at our hotline number, which is 9717683838. You can write us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Again, every day we come up with a new business opportunity for all of you, as we are committed in providing this opportunity. Today, also we have covered one new business opportunity into, beauty services. Tomorrow again, we are coming up for all of you to provide you a new business opportunity into EV charging solutions brand. This is SMIC, and they are providing distribution ship into EV solutions. So they have their own in-house manufacturing into Ahmedabad, and they are doing and they are promoting Make in India initiative into Indian market. To know more details about this brand, please join us tomorrow at 12 p.m. I have already shared the registration link into the chat window. You can click on that link and you can get yourself registered in advance to join us tomorrow. Thank you so much everyone for joining us. Have a lovely day.